Hey, it's Monday, and it's time for another. I don't really have anything planned this
that
week.
was crazy.
Sorry, I don't have anything.
Hey, here's today.
Yeah, my bad. It's 8 p.m. on Monday nights, which means it's time for another episode of Effin Rager. Hey,
Now
everybody. This is your host, Connor Clifton, joined as always by my snarky co-host, Ned Gale. Ned, how you snarking?
I'm snarking pretty good.
That's good.
Snarking around. Paul Bark, Mall snarking.
All right. Well, how about I just...
That's a dog.
Yeah, let me ask how your freaking weekend was, buddy.
Okay. Let's talk about the weekend because we had a long weekend. Of course, we spent every waking moment together because we live together and do this radio show. So Friday night, we hung out. We got off work that we worked together at too.
Yep. Yep. And then we went to go see Shazam.
Yeah, with Cody.
Yeah.
And Antoine, friends of the show.
Friends of the show. We went to go there, and then we went to get some really crappy wings.
A pretty abysmal Buffalo Wild Wings trip.
Yeah. The whole time we were there, Cody kept asking, "What happened? Did they change something? What's
Cody
going on?"
grabbed me by the arm. My old ska band had a song about Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, really?
He goes,
What was
you
it
wrote
called?
a song about this. It was called Buffalo Wild Wings. What are you thinking?
Can you tell us how it went? Do you remember any of it?
No, I forgot all of it, and the recordings are probably pretty tricky to find. So,
All right. So after Friday, then we drove up to Copper's Cove to see Cody and the play he directed.
yeah, hey, yeah.
Oh, man, it was awesome.
It was. His kids are so talented.
Yeah.
And, yes, I'm sure Cody's a very good teacher as well, driving into that direction. But there's some talent there, my guy.
Oh, yeah. No,
Right.
he did an impeccable job.
Yeah.
I would believe it if those kids were all college students majoring in theater. They were so damn good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
Oh, on the way out, we saw probably the best juju I've ever seen in public of all time. We were going over to Retrospect to grab some coffee right before the road trip.
All right.
And as we're pulling onto the road, we see this guy going down on a longboard, just bombing that huge bridge right there. And the dude in front of us stops his car, gets out, and we're like, oh man, is this guy about to yell at the skateboarder? And he gets out, and we see he has a super long ponytail, and he looks at the guy, he's like, yeah! Woo! And flashes him a big old thumbs up.
Yeah, that
just kind of cheers him down.
That definitely set the road trip off to very good vibes right up top.
Yeah.
Since that we went into the coffee shop, we ran into our friend Jade, friend of the show. Then we got to go see Nick, friend of the show. We had a really nice time. We saw this really great play, and then the ride back was even more fun. We got to talk and go through some nostalgic things. There was a tornado warning at one point.
Oh man, yeah. On the way up there, we were going through just pure plains and tornado warnings, and it was pretty scary.
Yeah, I
saw a cloud open up where the sun was shooting through, and we're like, we should drive by that faster than we're driving.
I just you were driving, so I told you, hey, don't worry, I'll look up what to do in this case. And when I Googled tornado car, it said, in the event of being in a car during a tornado, there are no safe options.
You're freaking effed, mate.
Then we finally got home, and we just crashed.
Yeah, I think I just melted into the couch.
Yeah.
Ate some cup noodles.
But, I mean, I think we had a pretty nice night. I mean, you played some music, and then you listened to some music. You were playing some video games. I assume you were looking at your phone.
Sure.
Did you read anything physical?
I did some reading, yeah.
God, it's like you were going through some kind of multimedia experience.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of that, your guest today is a poet and a multimedia performer, Traci Thiebaud, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, Traci, how you doing?
I'm great, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Are we getting...
I don't hear. There she is.
Yeah,
There's
there
that
we go.
beautiful
There we go.
voice.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm great.
Awesome.
Glad to hear you're reading a book and making music and be on your phone.
I do it all at once. I'm like one of those one-man bands, but it's just a bunch of clicking sounds.
Like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins.
If you mic me, I'm a one-man ASMR experience. There's just page turns, phone clicks. Yeah.
So, Traci, how was your freaking weekend? Did you do anything fun? You get up at any...
My freaking weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great weekend, actually.
Yeah.
I went to a party at Smither Park on Friday night.
The Orange Show Park?
The park night, the Mosaic Park.
Yeah,
next to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
My friend Julia, who went to college with, it was her and her husband's joint birthday party.
Ooh.
So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Really good time. Say Girl Say played.
Ooh, nice.
There was free sushi.
Dang.
Yeah, it was nice. We had a good time. Got to see a pal, and then Saturday morning I did the farmers market. The Urban Harvest farmers market. I busked poetry there. And I did excellent this weekend. I got 3 different kinds of jams.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
In exchange for
Name
poems.
those jams.
Strawberry rhubarb pie jam.
Wait, what?
Was
That's
that
just
was
one
that
jam?
one jam?
One jam.
Oh,
Okay.
Strawberry rhubarb
Coming
pie
in at
jam.
number 2.
It was some kind of jalapeno, like a cranberry jalapeno.
Jalapenos?
It was sort of a poor mixing of the words, but
I'm sorry, I kind of lost where we are. Were you naming Dungeons and Dragons monsters?
I feel like a jalapeno is an appetizer at a horrible restaurant.
Yeah, jalapeno. And then the third was some kind of like drunken tomato. It was like a savory, sweet tomato paste thing.
Yeah.
Drunken.
We got some Mayhaw jelly while we were out and about.
Oh, yeah, I've never had Mayhaw
Mayhaw?
jelly. Yeah. Do you know what Mayhaw is?
No, tell me.
Oh, crap.
See,
All right.
Connor only knows what it is. This is some sort of secret jam.
It's some, like, real southern jam. And it's...
What, like Leonard Skinner?
You know it, man. Watergate don't bother this jam.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Mayhaw jelly, I do not know what it is, but for the longest time, I thought it was watermelon jelly.
What color is it?
Pink.
Pink.
It's my favorite.
All right.
Well,
hey,
I have a jelly lady, so I'll ask her
Ooh.
this weekend on Saturday. Find out.
hey, if you are that jelly lady or a jelly lady or a jelly person, please call in at 713-526-8737 if you know what Mayhaw jelly is.
Mayhaw. May
Yeah.
you call us?
Hey, you're going to fit in great.
So, one of the things you just mentioned is that you were busting poetry at this event.
Mhm.
Now, what is that? What do you mean busting poetry?
Busking.
Busking.
Busking. Oh,
I was also
my
busking
headphones
it.
suck.
Gonna bust.
Shut up. All right, I misheard. Man.
You're fine.
Busking is whenever you kind of do any sort of art form on the street in exchange for money or a trade of some sort. So I write poems on a typewriter. You give me a word or a topic. I write a poem about it for you, and then you give me, some dollars, or in the case of being in a market, some jelly or a green, or
Yeah.
a coffee. So yeah.
I have one of those poems. You wrote one about me and this experience I had not being able to pick a drink in a very long aisle at a grocery store.
Oh yeah, your soda conundrum.
Yeah, I got mad choice anxiety just thinking about all the different sodas I could have had.
Dude, MCA, man. Gets them every time.
MCA.
Yeah, what's it? Wait.
Mad choice anxiety.
Oh, okay. Is that from something?
No.
Because I just know I have choice anxiety. I didn't know about mad.
Well,
I
you
get
said,
angry
mad
from
choice
it.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got really excited about it. It sounds like a disease.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, anyway, I really enjoyed that poem. It was a really cool experience because...
Maria's correcting us. The term is jelly Americans. So if you are a jelly American, please call in at 713-526-8737.
Thank you.
Oh, a.k.a. 713 Tress.
Oh,
But tell us
yeah.
about jelly, not jam.
Yeah, that's right. Crap, now I lost my... so the experience of getting this poem from you was I just ran into you and I was telling you, like, oh, man, I had this crazy event at the grocery store. It was so weird. And then when I paid you money, you're like, I got this. And you wrote a poem just about that. It was really cool. And... I don't know. It was nice to get like an immediate poem out of that.
I love your poetry too. Like you do it so quick, but it's always so thick. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a big bite with it.
Thanks. Yeah, I feel like it's this very cool improv or marriage of improv and writing.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it is. It's improvisation and writing.
How did you get into? Because I know you're also a fantastic improviser. Like, how did you get into doing that? The poems off the cuff like that?
I was living in Los Angeles, and I went to this farmer's market, and I was taking classes at UCB at the time, and writing for a sketch show there, but sort of didn't love pursuing acting in LA.
Mm-hmm.
It was really difficult for me, just with emotionally and mentally. It was just kind of gross, I thought. So I met a woman who was busking at a farmer's market, and she had like her typewriter. She had this whole setup that was like attached to her bicycle, and it like had this like fold out like table and like her poem, her like typewriter, and she would write you these poems. And I thought it was just like the neatest thing I'd ever seen. And I owned a typewriter, and like I wrote poems, and I did, and I was just like, holy moly! I remember asking her like, could I do this? And she's just like, it's a form of work. of course you can do it, you know? So we're just like, yeah. Like, I was like, is it your idea? And she's just like, no. And then
I could just get you to sign off on this.
over the years, I've kind of realized that a lot of poetry buskers, I've connected with a bunch of people that I don't know online, sort of this like community of poetry buskers that I know. Like I know a girl in Colorado, I know a guy in Alabama. Like you kind of
That's
meet each
awesome.
other, you know? It's like
Yeah.
this fun network, so, yeah.
Now, I've also seen you incorporate music into this.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you do different shows where you, man, I don't know the terms, but I've seen you connect a hose from the typewriter to some kind of speaker or computer, and you made music out of it.
Yeah, kind of like a vocoder, I guess, but not exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the contact mic I wear on my throat is a little bit like a vocoder, but the typewriter, my partner Matt, same thing. He put a contact mic on the typewriter.
Mhm.
You run it through some pedals, and you can, make a sick beat.
Space sounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you do music. I've seen you do several live shows now, and it's been cool to watch you kind of transition into that, like become like how did that all happen?
I think it probably happened when I was on my book tour, which is gonna be 5 years in September. Ugh. I'm
Dang.
due for another book. I went on this book tour, this DIY book tour, which is the nerdiest kind of touring you can do, but it's so satisfying. And I had started kind of at the improvising with performers on that tour. So I would if there was a singer, or songwriter, or person who played music, I would be like, would you make up a song with me as part of your set? And I would type up the lyrics based on my suggestion, and they would create a song. And when I came back from my tour, I told my partner Matt, I was like, I want to make the music though. Like I can't, but I don't want to have to learn how to play any instrument.
Yeah.
You know, just like the cheapest kind of resolve is what I had to do it. And then he made it happen by just slapping a contact mic on my typewriter. Because I was like, I don't want to learn an instrument, but I want to make sound.
Long.
Yeah,
that rules.
Yeah.
Now, you're also no stranger to partying. I've partied with you. I've seen
Love
parties.
Partied with you, partied around you,
At
partied
you.
at you.
I do.
Oh
love
wait,
a-
hey, sick update, guys. Lindsay looked up what mayhaw is. It's a hawthorn berry that ripens and drops in early summer. Around the month of May, you guys, it's almost mayhaw season.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeehaw, I say to that. And once
Mayhaw.
again, we encourage you guys to call in at 713-526-8737.
We should get some biscuits after the show, and then we can try this mayhaw jelly.
We should get some biscuits.
Speaking of biscuits, you remember that restaurant Biscuit Junkie?
They
Oh,
turned
yeah.
into
Padnas.
Padnas.
Sorry, I forgot we wanted to talk about this at the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
of the
yeah.
show.
No, this is good.
We are going to get back
You're great.
to the partying,
Mhm.
but look, Podnas, which opened up around the same time this show started,
Yep.
has closed its doors.
That's right. Effin Rager has lasted through another one, you guys. We're going to be the last standing business in Houston.
We have always talked about going there, and we never did. We tried going once, and there was a gas leak, so it didn't work out. I told you we'd feel bad if it one day closed, and I feel really bad.
I did feel bad reading the note because it was handwritten, and then I looked at the building again, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's that building.
What did the note say?
Heavy heart, closed down, red beans in the back or something. I don't know. I
Red
didn't
beans
read
in the
whole
back?
thing. No,
That's
no.
so sad.
Yeah, it's like we got to shut down our door, then move in with our mom and dadness.
Is it a Cajun restaurant?
Yeah.
I did smell it one time, and it smelled good.
So this
That's
building,
GEAUXD.
good. This building, we had the money to save this restaurant, and we decided not to, and to just
You
buy
two
the
personally?
building
Yeah,
Yeah.
between us, we've sold enough of the Effin Rager zine, which is still for sale.
for $3.
Yeah, for $3. You can find out more information at effinrager.com.
Yep.
But
So you're gonna take all your Rager zine cash
Mhm,
and
mhm.
invest it in this
yes,
real estate.
we're gonna make an
Yes.
Effin wager. We're gonna invest in this building.
But we don't have any friggin' ideas.
Ah,
we make this show
crud.
up as we go along. Nothing's written. Nothing's pre-scripted.
I think we need to find out what the community wants that building to become. I wish we had a way
Fine.
to do that.
Well, folks, if you you're really good at this.
Oh, man, are you gunning for my job? What the hell's going on?
Folks, if you call in at 713-526-8737. One more time, 713-526-8737. Connor and I heard an ad this weekend, which I'll post up on the Facebook next week.
Oh, yeah.
That was a radio station changing channels, and it was like This is 102.7. 102.7. If
The
you're
Zone.
looking for the zone, you'll find it at 93.7. 93.7. 93.7. Shut up. It was this nonstop, and the loop never ended. Like and the loop was super long. I think
It was
we
a
made
5-minute loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of just that, like rapid fire, repeating and everything. Point being, guys, if you call in at 713-526-8737, guys, give us ideas. What should this building be?
Yeah, keep in mind, this is the building that used to be Mango's, it used to be Biscuit Junkie, it used to be Podna's.
I'm getting a report from Lindsay that she did go there for Mardi Gras, and the king cake was a cinnamon roll with colored frosting.
What?
Not actual king cake, you guys.
Uh-oh, that's...
They were doomed from the start.
Oh, man, cursed king cake.
Tracy, what would you put in that building?
I would put in that building a do-it-yourself.
I'm listening.
It's a do-it-yourself
Oh.
bathroom party.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, okay.
A do-it-yourself bathroom party, and it's just a bunch of tubs, and everyone just takes a bath.
You mean a bathhouse?
It's a bathhouse.
I feel like of all the businesses that have failed there,
A bathhouse hasn't yet.
a bathhouse has
Ooh,
not failed
Good point,
yet.
good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Montrose ready for a bathhouse?
I think that's what Montrose has always wanted,
It's true.
is a bathhouse.
Ned, what would you put in there?
Boy, I was gonna say a slip and slide house, but bathhouse is pretty close to that. So let me think on that. What about you,
Mattresses.
Matt?
We don't have enough of them.
No,
We don't.
Yeah. So, Tracy, you party.
I party.
All right, can you tell us, what was your first party? I'm talking back to, like, childhood.
First party experience. However you define that, because that could be a birthday
Oh.
party. That can be your first time like partying.
My
Like,
first party experience.
yeah. What was
Yeah.
your first like? This is a party.
This is a party, huh? My parents used to have like coaches parties. My dad's a high school football coach, and so we would have parties with coaches that I remember. But I don't really know. I didn't really participate in those.
Mhm.
I think the first time I partied, like as a verb, was in Port Aransas. Me and my sister
Okay.
dated cousins, and we lived in a small town, and it was sort of just
Your
like
own cousins?
no,
Or a pair of
a
cousins?
pair of cousins.
Okay.
We dated a pair of cousins. We also earlier that year dated brothers, but then dated cousins, and they took.
Like,
Just
brothers are
slowly
too
separating.
close. We gotta go to
Yeah.
cousins at least.
Well, it was a small town. There was a lot to choose from, and they took us down to Port Aransas, and there was their family beach house, and it was my first time to drink alcohol, and I was 15 maybe.
I feel like a beach house is like prime parties. Like that is the
Oh,
place
yeah.
to start.
It's the place to start. And I drank vodka and pink lemonade out of one of those gallon jugs of pink lemonade that you get at like the store.
Cool.
I didn't drown in the ocean, which
Good,
was great.
good call.
And then they tried to have us all play a game of strip poker, but I was like, everyone here is related, and I was just like, I couldn't stop. It's just like, why do we want to see each other naked? We're all related.
This may be my first time with alcohol, but I still have this logic.
Really strange. So it didn't really happen because I kept just loudly objecting to like why.
Which
I mean, and the
good
reason
on
why
you.
was it
Yeah.
was like we're the sisters they want to see naked. I get now as an adult, but at the time I was just like, why you boys want to see each other naked? I've already seen her naked. What, are you,
What do you have to gain out of this?
So that was my first time, I think, partying.
Okay.
It was pretty lame.
Josh did say a bathhouse does not require AC, so it will work very well in that location.
Yeah, I think it's probably preferable that it
Yeah.
be just steamy, right?
Yeah.
Does that building not have air conditioning?
Not very good air conditioning.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I've only ever went when it was mangoes. And
Mm-hmm.
Even when I went when it was mangoes, I just hung out outside.
You didn't
So-
hang out inside
watch the
watching
bands?
the bands?
Rude.
Well,
Come on, man.
I've got a I got a thing about live music. Man, my friends from high school are gonna love this friggin' episode. Jeez.
Did you ever go to Mango's when it was a restaurant?
I did. I actually did a play in there during the Houston Fringe Festival years and years ago.
Ooh.
Like I think it was maybe the first year of the Fringe Festival, and I did a play, and it moved. We did it at Avant. We did it at Mango's. We did it at Numbers, And
You are no stranger to the street intersection.
no stranger at all. I played this little girl in this like play that a friend had written. It was like a new work, but there was a part where I had to eat something on stage, and part of my direction was to drop some of it and eat it off the floor. And I remember people just being like, "Traci, you just ate off the floor of numbers." And I was 19. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I just moved to Houston. I didn't really
And
know
the plaque is still on the wall. Traci, the only person to eat off of the floor of numbers.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I only really went when it was a like punk venue.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know.
Saw many a grindcore shows there.
I mean, to be fair, I'm like y'all. I only went when it was Mango's. I just went to Mango's like 2 or 3 times. You know, always to see my brother's band. Cougar Radio had a party there once. I'm cool. I'm the cool one of this podcast. I want everyone to know.
Yeah, no.
God. Ugh. All
Mr.
right.
Cool mattress store owner.
You just wait. I'm gonna put bed bugs in every house in Houston. They'll all be lining outside of Clifton's comfy beds.
That doesn't have bed bugs, despite me keeping them in the back to sabotage
Well,
people.
you should just fill all the beds with bed bugs, and then Effin Rager start a separate company. It's an extermination company.
Oh, you are very good at this. You should replace both of us. You could run our business better.
I just got to make sure they're like time release flea eggs or bed bug eggs. So it's not like our whole store is just full of like, why aren't sales going up and we're scratching everywhere?
Right. It's got to be something.
Well, no,
that happens in the
because
truck
we're the
scenario.
exterminators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in the delivery.
In the
yeah.
deliveries when you.
Oh.
So that truck can be full of bed bugs.
Our
right?
truck is made of eggs. Like if we get in a wreck, it just explodes.
A
into
bed bug
bugs.
is the delivery driver. All right, I want to go back to this partying thing. Ned always asks about the evolution of partying.
Mhm.
So you went from there. Do you got any like memorable moments that led you to how you party now?
Yeah.
Greatest parties in the
Greatest
history
parties.
of Traci.
Yes, yes. It's actually the story about how I got my chicken tattoo.
That's
Oh, yes,
right.
excellent.
So I have this stick and poke chicken tattoo on my right shin.
Chicken poke, please.
A chicken poke. I got it at a party that was the Feast of Fools was the theme of the party, and Feast of Fools is this sort of pagan ritual of taking over religious buildings and doing kind of anti-religious things in them. So instead of burning incense, you burn shoes. The donkey is the like mascot of the Feast of Fools party. It's sort of about absurdity, and people would gamble and have sex on the like steps of a church. And this is this idea behind this Feast of Fools. And
What fools!
what fools? And I went as a donkey to this party. So I was a donkey. I was a party ass. Can I say that? I was a donkey.
You can say
I
party.
just
ass.
did.
party ass. Okay, so I was wearing a donkey headpiece and outfit, and my friend who was painted as a butterfly all across her like breasts and chest, who's also a midwife and a doula. So a midwife and doula butterfly and a party ass. And
Walk
she's
into a bar.
walk to a bar. We walk into this party, and she's doing stick and poke tattoos. And so I lie down in the library of the house that the party is in, and this butterfly starts tattooing a chicken onto this donkey, right? And then that song, do you know that song that, hey, hey, we're the monkeys always full, you know,
Yeah,
you're all aware. That song starts playing, and a small capuchin monkey wearing a bow tie and suspenders on a mini razor scooter, like a very small monkey-sized razor scooter.
Is this an actual monkey or
This
someone
is-
dressed
This
as?
is real. There's
Okay.
a real monkey.
This is real, buddy. Yeah.
A tiny capuchin monkey rolls over, stops, like right in front of me, lying down on the ground. This donkey getting, tattooed by a butterfly, a chicken on their thigh.
Right.
And he just stops and looks at us for a little bit, and then just turns around and rolls away. And that was probably the craziest party moment that I've ever had.
The monkey tipped its head and
Yeah, it's
said,
like,
and I thought I was the fool. Scooted away.
Yeah, it was just such a surreal moment, and I won't talk about like what inebriants I was on or not on, but I the whole time was just like, this is really happening, though.
Yeah.
Just like, is this really happening? And then it ended up really happening because about 20 minutes later my tattoo was done, and then my friend was had brought this capuchin monkey to propose to his partner with the monkey. Like, she loves monkeys, and so I was like, I didn't just dream this in like a
This
haze
monkey was
on
really
the floor.
here.
Yeah.
But the scooter never was.
Right.
How is that monkey so smoothly walking?
He was on roller skates. What are you talking about?
What an idiot.
Yeah, what are you, high? It was a ripstick.
It was really impressive and just like such a funny, I don't know,
No, that's
melding of
incredible.
creatures and
Yeah.
things. And the person who was tattooing me was just gorgeous, you know, like
Yeah.
a butterfly painting. It was beautiful.
You're known to call people chickens
Yeah.
all the time.
That's why I got the tattoo.
Is that okay? I was gonna say, was that what came first, the chicken or the chicken tattoo?
The chicken came first.
I
I don't really know how it started. I feel like I have always been on the constant search to find the right name to call dear ones, you know, to people that you love. And for a long time that was pal, and I feel like that started to get a little condescending in
Yeah.
a way. Pals, and people could argue chicken's a little condescending, but I don't know. It's
Especially if you make the sound afterwards. Like, come on, chicken. And yeah, I'd be like, oh, Tracy.
I just think it's a funny term. It's just like a fun, endearing term that chickens are like.
Every time I hear chicken, it immediately squishes everyone's heads to like really skinny, and that makes it really charming to me. Like when you say like all these chickens here, I'm like, we're goofy looking.
Yeah, I think that's definitely in the connotation.
Yeah.
Is like we're just a bunch of dingo. There's a bunch of
What kind of like do you see little chicks or like what do you see? Would you call people chickens?
Chickens.
Yeah. What stands before you?
I see just-
fools.
No, I mean I just see a vast landscape of green and just a bunch of buddies just like running around, and some of them are like huddled up in a group and they're having a cigarette, and then there's a few like hanging out, lying on the ground.
I imagine they're wearing those chicken goggles too and having a cigarette.
Yeah, no, I just think that chickens are a little goofy, but they're also like really great animals, and they produce delicious babies before they're fertilized. Before those babies are fertilized, I don't know. Chickens are neat.
Oh no, you don't have to convince me. I'm pro chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Now, this show about partying would not be complete if we didn't ask about some kind of, lower points in partying, specifically interactions with the police.
Ooh,
Have you ever had a
yeah.
party just busted by the cops?
Party busted by the cops.
Or busked.
Yeah, we're just
gonna
writing
set my-
tickets at this festival. We'll trade.
I don't know that I've ever had a cop situation at a party. No.
That's good. You are
I've been
lucky.
I've been pulled over in questionable situations, but not like at a party where
You've
I'm
never
like,
had a party like
running from the.
even like a sound thing.
Oh yeah.
What do you call that? Noise complaint.
Noise
Noise
complaint.
complaint.
Yeah, I had some noise
We got a sound thing here.
going on.
We're the cops.
Yeah, there was when I used to do a bunch of shows at the Jenner and stuff. There were sound complaints often
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
but I wasn't the leaseholder, so I didn't deal with those.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just the host.
Did you ever did you ever geek or freak when the cops come, or were you just like, all right, we'll deal with this? Like,
I think I mostly am just like, we'll deal with this. you
Yeah,
know? I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
man, even this weekend, like when we were driving home, I saw like 10 cops, and just seeing a cop, I'm like,
Oh, I geek in my car. I
Yeah.
geek normally. I like a big event like a party where it's like a noise ordinance. I'm like, well, it's not gonna do us any good to be freaked out. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
fine. Especially mostly where parties are happening, you got to keep your cool because they're gonna compromise a lot of people if
Yeah.
you don't. Yeah, but when I'm in a vehicle or just out in the wild, seeing a police officer is horrifying. So yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, we didn't get busted by any cops. I mean, do you have any funny cop stories? We don't have to talk about the police if you don't think there's anything funny about them.
I rarely find the police funny. I don't think I have any fun. I guess these are all just like stories from my ridiculous youth. The cousin dating. This is the same era.
They were both cops?
No, it's just,
ridiculous youth
this
too,
isn't a,
cousin
like-
dating.
it's just a funny. I don't know if it's a funny story, but when I was in high school, I inherited my grandmother gave me her Mustang convertible. My grandmother drove this
Tracy.
Nice.
yellow like blacktop Mustang convertible that she got like in 1996 or something, and then she had it for years and then gave it to me like when I was in high school. And I had a bunch of girls in my car with me. We were at a pool party at one of our friends' houses in the suburbs, and we were driving back to another friend's house, and we may or may not have been drinking, but we just came from a pool party. Well, we get pulled over. The cop pulls us over, and when we're pulling over to the side, I instruct every 17-year-old girl in my car to take their shirt off because we're wearing our bathing suits. And so we all take our shirts off. We're like, oh, officer, and it's sad, but like that was just like I think what kept me from getting a ticket. So being around cops is terrifying because it's like shit like that could work, but it's horrifying if it backfired or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Authority makes me feel icky.
He's
But
like,
I
why are you
definitely-
in your swimsuits? Did you think you had to pool over? And then you're like, okay.
We're
we'll
carpooling.
We'll laugh at that. Yeah.
I'm writing y'all up for being a bunch of silly clowns.
I know. It was kind of gross retrospectively.
Sorry,
but-
this comedy show has a
It's just-
2-ticket minimum. Oh.
Oh man. Now, we can get away from the cops. I don't know. You know,
Can we get away
Can
from
we?
the cops?
I don't know.
I don't think we can.
Find
in a
out
police
tonight.
Yeah. Geez. Wait, James said some stuff.
Oh, he said rip to Disco Hospital, a Feast of Fools location.
Rest in peace to Disco Hospital. That's where the Feast of Fools took place, was at a house called the Disco Hospital.
I really like that name.
Yeah.
I love house venue names so much.
We first partied together at the dentist office.
Doctor's
Doctor's
office. Yeah, that was Matt's
office.
old
But
place.
it was
yeah.
an old dentist office.
Yeah.
Called
Man,
doctor's office.
I love that place. I
Mhm.
had some really fun times there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that restaurant across the street from Doctor's
Oh,
office?
it has a new name now, though, I thought, right?
Ooh.
It's been rebranded recently, but it's like a really nice...
Yeah, it's fancy.
Place.
Whatever it was before. I think I showed him my butt one time.
Yeah, no,
I
Ned,
said, eat this rump roast.
we could admit it since
With
we were
this
there.
rump. Oh, no, toast. No.
We had two friends with us, and we were just like dancing in the streets, and they kept staring at us. And me and Ned were younger than these friends. We were like, it'd be funny. And I'm pretty sure you showed your butt.
Yeah, if we show him our bathroom parts.
You know where you need to take those bathroom parts?
Yeah.
Right up the road
Oh,
to the new bathhouse. DIY bathroom
what
party.
are you going to call this bathhouse?
The DIY bathroom party. So it'll have the charm of a house venue, but it'll still have the
Not a lot of bathhouse venues.
yeah, not a bathhouse.
Yeah.
The sleaze of a bathhouse venue,
Yeah.
or maybe it's just the rustic comfort. I don't know.
U of H
Ooh,
has,
Rustic Comfort's a good name for a bathhouse.
U
That's
of
like-
H has a sauna. We should just go do a pop-up show there and surprise everyone. I bet we could pull it off. Is your recorder steam resistant?
That's what I was trying to think. Like, if the music or like any of the technology could last in a bathhouse.
Oh,
I guess it'd have to be all acoustic.
No,
Yeah.
you just have live performers,
Ooh.
strings only,
Oh, and
or woodwinds.
a bathhouse would have
Ooh.
really good acoustics too. I feel like all those baths would vibrate.
Yeah, all
But
those
they're
That's
so
nice,
small.
yeah.
They're about the size of the studio here.
The tubs?
The sauna, I know of at U of H. I don't know. I guess Rice has a bigger sauna or something. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, where's the biggest campus sauna in Texas?
Big, or does it have to be
If
a
you
campus
know
sauna? 'Cause
where
we
the
could
biggest sauna is in Texas.
we could get like a 1-month free trial thing, like at a gym, and use their sauna. And just bring a
Oh.
recorder in there, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "Welcome to Effin Rager."
Whatever we're doing for a month. And
Yeah,
we're out of here.
Welcome to Sweatin' Rager.
Oh, that should be our gym show. So every time we come up with a new idea for the Effin Rager brand, we got to give it. That's why we call it the Effin Wager.
That's why this show is called FM Rager, is because it's our radio show. So
And name the show for the spot you want, not the
Yeah,
spot
yeah.
you have.
wait, what did you say about knowing your audience before? What was
Know your onions.
Know your onion.
I
Know
love
your
it.
onions.
Yeah. But if you've ever had an idea for raging stuff,
for some sort of
I don't
dumb
know.
pun on
Something
Effin
that
Rager,
rage-
we'll figure out a way to make it a show.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We do our live show. We call Effin Stagers.
Mhm, mhm.
We got the Rager pager.
Rager Pager's the zine.
No, that's the
that's the
Effin
Effin
pager.
Pager. I'm sorry, Rager Pager's our answering machine.
Yeah, that
Oh.
nobody calls.
Yeah,
What's the
guys,
number for that?
call 910. Hi, Rager.
Leave us a voicemail, and we will play it on air. We have made this promise
Yeah.
all the time, and no one does
say
it.
some bathroom words. We don't care. We'll bleep them out.
And if you're just joining in and you've got an idea for what?
The restaurant was Oxheart,
Oxheart, yeah, thank you.
who ripped 1816 Calumet, another house show. Gosh, or
Oh,
house
yeah.
venue, not show.
I
yeah.
partied there.
yeah.
Yeah, did a Boys to Boys party there. I went
Mhm.
to a Walpurgisnacht party there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Calumet?
I did.
Yeah.
I think only once though.
I only got to go there like once or
Yeah,
twice.
it was
for
like
such a
pretty
place.
cool, you know.
Oh, I
like
heard
the
it's
cool
very
guys
cool.
hung out there. I get it. You were too busy at Mangoes.
It's not even there anymore. That's how cool it is. Isn't it like torn down?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the coolest.
They blew it up. That's what happened to my old house. I miss it. There's a
Oh.
mansion there, and I give him the bird every time. My bathroom finger.
Give him my bathroom finger. It's your dirty chicken.
Yeah. Dirty chickens are even cute. I love it. I want to be a dirty chicken.
Right? Yeah.
They've been playing in the mud with the pigs.
No big deal.
Tracy, is there any? You do everything, or at least I feel like I've seen you do everything. I've seen you do public readings. I've seen you interpret other people's performances, music, poetry, comedy. I've seen you run the gamut on creative work. Is there anything that you haven't gotten to
What's
yet?
freaking
What's
next?
That, what's that Kilimanjaro?
What's coming up
summit
for
that you need?
Tracy?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'm sort of at this interesting transition point in my life right now, where like kind of what I was doing for a long time is sort of like transitioning, and that's kind of the terrifying question. I feel like is like, well, what do I want? You know, like
Yeah.
versus I think so much of what I've been doing has just been like been presented with a challenge sort of and been like, oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And now I think I'm in the place where I get to call the shots on what my challenges are going to be, and
yeah,
that's
the world is
horrifying.
open to you.
Yeah.
But you're extremely capable. Like I feel like you'll be able to knock out whatever you try.
Yeah, I've never seen you do anything poorly. Like everything I've seen you do on stage, like you kill it. And then the other stuff I've seen you do, the shows I've seen you help produce, yeah, you bring your A game. I think that you'll do whatever you want to do.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like I mean, if you want to take our radio show, you can have it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's on the horizon for me.
That's
You
all I
should
got
get
in
a
the-
radio show. What would your radio show be?
Ooh,
My radio
bathhouse
show.
hour.
Hey guys, oh my.
It's just me in a bathtub. That's it. That's all there is. You know, if no one calls in, I threaten really dark jokes. I talk about I have a toaster nearby. You know, it's like it's.
Would you have guests? Would you
Yeah,
have
in the
like?
bathtub.
Oh,
would
in
be
the bath.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Would you have like a guest bath, or they have? I guess I don't know.
I don't know if any of y'all have ever done this, but have any of y'all ever taken a platonic bath?
No, we
No, we haven't.
We have a clawfoot bathtub at the house.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We probably
Okay.
should.
We've got.
I don't know
mean,
who's gonna get the faucet into their spine though.
I feel like we've gotten into
Oh,
like pools or something.
Yeah.
It's kinda,
Well, platonic baths, you don't necessarily have to. I know you're worried about the faucet to the spine, but you can also sit, you know, where you have your legs hanging over the side of it, and you're like side by side, like it's a
yeah.
couch.
Oh, I think we can probably do that.
yeah.
Um,
Our tub's not
We've been-
super big.
We've been getting into bath bombs lately,
Oh,
so that
cool.
would.
Yeah.
Y'all should do
Yeah.
a show in the bathtub. I really like platonic baths. I also like sexy time baths, but platonic baths are really cool. If you're just like, oh, it's my friend and we both like baths, and we have this bottle of wine, and we're gonna like listen to some music.
Okay.
Effin splasher, baby.
And I mean, and if you're insecure or like, you know, you need a training wheels for your platonic bath, you can always wear a bathing suit. No one's gonna judge you. It's okay, you know.
We
Yeah,
could do
Ned,
the show.
We've never seen each other.
yeah. Heaven forbid.
What were you gonna say?
What? Oh, I was saying we could do the radio show there, like one of the what is the show that we do at home called? Does that have
the
a dumb pun?
Effin Rager Nights.
Oh, okay. How did we not come up with a pun for that?
We were tired. we had a lot of
that
work to
day.
do for that. Hey, again, we are taking ideas for the old Mangoes building that we're buying. If you have any ideas for a business we should start, we'll come up with a silly pun for it. So
Yeah,
go ahead and give
yeah.
us a call at 713-526-8737 and give us your pitch. We're Shark Tank tonight. Come on.
Oh, that's the thing we could open is a Shark Tank business where you come in and you pitch stuff and it's just a bunch of investors in a dingy old hall.
Do nothing to the building.
Yeah.
Just the remnants of Cajun, like
petting a
cuisine.
possum.
I see we got a comment there. What's going on?
Lindsay says, oh, remember Keenan's bathtub character on All That? I was thinking the same thing.
What was that?
Keenan Thompson, he was wearing like a raincoat and he would speak French in
That's
his
right.
bathtub. I don't remember the name of the character.
There was this really amazing bathroom piece of art in this house that I nannied in LA, and it was this sculpture of a little man in a bathtub, and he was like very rotund, so his head's in the bathtub and then his little belly sticks out of the bathtub, and do you know what else stuck out of the bathtub? Yes.
No.
And it was like
Not his bathroom wiener.
his bathroom wiener, and it was
My Aunt Erin listens to this show. Come on.
and it was in this like kid that I nanny's grandma's bathroom, and he used to, every time we'd have to brush his teeth in that bathroom, he'd be like, Tracy, look. And I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's a man in the bathtub. And he'd be like, no, but look. And I'd be like, I don't see what's so funny.
Just a weird looking ducky. Oh, Everyday French with Pierre Escargot.
Oh man, we really hated the French back then.
Yeah. Stick it to them. Yeah. Which, of course, we knew now referred to that show as Everyday Freedom with American flag eagle.
We've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but we talked about it. All that is coming back.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Kel Mitchell is producing.
Like with him grown up?
He's producing. It's a new cast of kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some classic cast members will come back on cameos and stuff like that, which would.
But it is co-produced by Keenan and Kel, which is like the most charming thing I've ever heard
Oh my
in my
gosh!
life.
Yeah, that's super wholesome.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Keenan. He started off there, and now he holds the record for how long he's been on SNL, and he's great. I love Keenan on SNL.
And Kel, he's been around. He
He
did that
hosts-
movie Ganked.
Wait, what?
He did a movie called Ganked.
What's it about?
He gets ganked. It's like
What does ganked mean?
what is ganked mean?
Is it like being yanked, but by?
No, it's like
Ghosts?
well, no, ganked is like it's the equivalent of like pwned or owned.
You got ganked.
Like or getting got. Like you get ganked.
Oh.
But the movie itself was like Big Fat Liar, the same thing. I think he writes a song and someone steals the song and gets famous off of it, and he's like, I got ganked. and then his dad, who's played by him, is like, you got ganked. And then credits roll. Kel.
Kel as Kel.
Yeah.
Produced by Kel. Yeah, I've never seen ganked, and I still don't even know if
It's
I
real.
believe
That's
No,
a great
it's
term,
real.
though,
Yeah.
that I want to start incorporating.
You should try it.
Gank it.
I like
come
terms.
come down to my business, Shark Gank.
Shark
we
Gank.
just-
Yeah, I like ganked. That's good.
Oh man. Okay. How much time do we got here?
Hmm?
8:42. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, well let's marinate on this. I was thinking about the New York Yankees.
Oh, the Gankies.
Oh,
Yeah,
so we
think
want to
about
throw out
that.
more gank stuff?
No, I was throwing that out there.
New
for you
York
guys.
Yankees?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ganky. Well, that's the same thing.
If you're really good at it, you could be a ganker chief.
What?
A chief of ganking.
Chief.
Oh.
But also
Damn it!
something you wear around the neck.
Yes.
I'm not equipped for you today. It's been a Monday. I was telling Tracy
But
before the show.
sometimes you get a sore in your mouth and it's a ganker sore.
That kind of fits. It's ganking your mouth.
It's not great.
What you got, Connor?
I was thinking of either Gank Hill or Shaw Gank Redemption.
I like Shaw Gank.
Yeah, that's why my head was in my hands, because I'm bad at this game. Oh, man. Okay. So, I was going somewhere with the all that thing, because reboots and revivals they're just nonstop.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been seeing all these superhero movies lately. And I don't take you for someone who's into this revival of all these
Into
different
the reboots.
shows.
Yeah.
Well, I am into revivals because I grew up in the Deep South. So, parties for God. We love parties.
Give me a 10. Give me
I
a thing
didn't
to
know
believe
that.
in.
I'm from the Deep South. I didn't know that. Where?
Yeah, where's your deep south?
Oh
Where
no,
your
I'm
roots?
not going to any revivals. That was just for fun.
Damn it.
How do I feel about revivals and reboots?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big like
More grit?
True Grit. Was,
Oh, yeah,
was,
that was
was
good.
a,
That
a
was really
revamp,
good.
and I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
I will say that I really thought the original protagonist, young girl in the original John Wayne film, is just horrifyingly obnoxious. And I think that's just like representative of the time, that this like really like strong, headstrong, powerful young girl like couldn't be likable, that she had to just be kind of obnoxious and terrible because
Yeah.
you know, we don't want to write women who are headstrong and
She had to
and
be a know-it-all.
yeah, and like and I feel like the Coen brothers, they did it right. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that she was excellent and so dynamic and lovable.
So
Yeah.
not only that, but the original novel by Charles Portis, it was much more in line with the Coen brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They rewrote it for the John Wayne movie, and so it was like, and at the end, I learned my lesson. That other guy didn't die, and Rooster Cogburn cured his alcoholism, and it was dumb.
Yeah.
John Wayne got an Oscar for that movie.
See, I'm a sucker for John Wayne though.
I think that was the
Really?
one where they're like,
Mhm.
he needs the Oscar. Like they gave it to him for that movie.
I
'cause
think
he
that was
just
his last
deserved it.
movie.
Yeah.
My dad really liked John Wayne, and so it was sort of he had this cardboard cutout of him that he would keep on the porch. And that my mother would always try to like lose during a move, you know. She was just like, "Well, we lost it during the move," and then you just order another one. And so I don't know. I think John Wayne's sort of like in my bones, but he's kind of just like this hacky, funny, just like actor. That's why I love him. That remake, I like.
Pretty ace.
Pretty
I
ace,
think
yeah.
they need to. I think they should reboot Mangoes.
Yes.
That should be what happens in
All
this.
right.
Mangoes
I think
Dark
reboot.
and gritty reboot.
I think it's
Yeah.
settled. Our new business is just going to be Mangoes.
Mangoes
We're going to
2.
reboot Mangoes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the new and improved. It's the ripe mangoes. There's got to be something there about
Yeah.
like the second time around. Like it's juicier. It's riper.
Mang, where does the time
Goes.
goes?
Oh,
oh,
shoot.
crud.
All right. This isn't good. Listen, Tracy.
What?
So, remember how we were talking about comps earlier?
We did not want to put you in this position,
What?
Ned and I have a laundry list of warrants out for our arrest.
especially on that laundry list we stole from the police.
And that knock sounded exactly like cops.
The brunt knuckles of a police officer.
So, Ned and I are going to go.
Could you talk to
What?
them? Could you just talk to them real
Talk to the
quick?
cops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Okay.
All right,
I don't
cool.
normally like to.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Open up.
Hey.
Open up.
Yeah.
Can you open the door?
Oh.
We can only.
Creak. This door's.
Okay, first things
Loud.
first. As HPD, I say you should get some WD-40 for that door.
That door creaked louder than the noise complaint that we got that brought us here in the first place.
Yeah, we've heard tell of a large rager. It sounded like a bunch of chickens balking. So we wanted to get to the bottom of this.
Chickens balking?
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
wanted to know, one, how many chickens are in this domicile, and two, do you have a permit for these chickens?
Could you give me an example of what the sound complaint was?
Well, we had a couple people call in. One of the chickens sounded like this.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda like that, yeah? What'd you hear?
The call that I got, the chicken sounded like a.
I heard one of them go. I don't know if it was a chicken or something, but that's just the call we got. you know?
Okay.
So,
Do
do you have anything in here that sounds like that?
No, I don't think so. All of our chickens here sound a little more like. So
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I was just thinking about a Bazooka Joe comic I saw the other day.
I remember that
tell,
one.
Tell me
That's
about
what
it,
I am
officer.
also thinking
tell
of.
me about it.
Oh, about the joke? Yeah.
Yes,
so,
please tell her.
So Bazooka was walking down the street and he was pushing a hula hoop with one of those sticks,
Mm-hmm.
and a chicken jumps through it, and someone says, "Coop, chicken coop," more like chicken hoop.
It was so goddamn funny, man.
I took out my gun and just started shooting it up in the air. I don't care who I offended. I love that joke.
Officer, I love to see a man in uniform with a sense of humor.
Well, that's the only reason we're laughing, and not because we're unprofessionals. Anyway, sounds like there's no chickens here that we
Yep.
got called about.
No,
nope.
certainly not a chicken party.
Yeah,
Must be that weird chicken coop down the street.
Yeah, what is with that chicken dupe down the street?
It used to be Mangoes.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Tracy, thanks
How
so
did it
much.
go? We
Ooh.
heard chicken sounds. Were you
Yeah.
trying to bargain with them, or what was that?
Well, they thought that they heard chickens here, and I said, "Really?" And then I said, "Show me the chicken noises," you know.
Did you make them cluck like a chicken?
Oh, I made them cluck.
Yeah,
Oh
I bet
my
one of
God.
them went like this.
Man, I've seen about everything, but I've never seen a pig's cluck.
Okay.
All right, it's getting close to our last segment of the night. Tracy,
Yeah.
I hope that you
Arguably
don't
the
hate
most
this.
important segment of the night. She'll like it.
All right, cool. Well, here we go. I want a new plug. Tell us what's going on. Tell me all the stuff you're doing after I sing this song. All right, Tracy, what do you have to plug today?
Ooh, some plugs. This is a fun segment.
Yeah, it started as a
Told
joke.
you she'd like it.
Well, if we're going down the street, we got a bunch of drains, and
We should open a chicken coop there.
I guess so. It's got an outdoors.
Yeah.
should do it. What do I have going on? Let's see. On 420, there's the what is it? Poop face poetry night.
Poop face poetry.
Poop face poetry
And
night.
that's definitely the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be workshopping and performing at the Poop Face Poetry Night, which I've done for, I don't know, 4 years now. Long
Ooh,
time.
Nice. Last year was my
Yeah.
first year doing it.
I
so
wasn't there last year. Last year was my first year to miss. Are you going to perform this year?
Yeah. I can't believe I missed you last year. I must have been
No,
cross-eyed.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there last year.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't see you there. I was cross-eyed.
No, because I wasn't there.
Okay. Huh?
I was poop-faced.
No, yeah, I'll be there this year as well. I'm very
Cool.
stoked. I think I'm making a costume for Raul before he performs, which I'm really stoked.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I'm doing poop faced. And then I have a show that I'm really excited about on 425. So that's
Ooh.
April 25th on a Thursday night. And it's at Insomnia.
How
Insomnia.
about a month of April? Everyone's just like, yeah, dude, it's like 4/3. It'll be at 8 p.m.
425. Yeah, it's going to be at Insomnia, and I'll be performing some sound and poetry stuff. And then Persef1, who is a rapper and producer here in town, is going to be performing as well, and she's
Sick.
amazing. And then my friend from Los Angeles, Davey, he performs as Charmaine's Names, and it's like lo-fi pop with jazz horns, and he's this beautiful crooner, and he'll like sit in your lap and sing you a song.
Oh, cool.
That sounds great.
That's on the
Yeah.
25th?
The 25th.
Where is that?
Insomnia Gallery.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to find more information on this stuff, where can they find you on social media?
Oh, cool. So you can find me on Instagram at Traci LaVoice. So that's TraciLavois. And then I'm on Facebook as Traci LaVoice Thiebaud. I don't really have
Nice.
like a
Oh, wait.
comprehensive website.
When do you busk?
Oh, I busk Saturday mornings at the Urban Harvest Farmers Market, and it is at 8 a.m. to noon every Saturday morning.
Where is that again? That's like off Kirby.
It used to be off of Kirby.
Oh, did you
and
move?
It moved over to the church school where Rushmore was filmed off of Alabama.
Oh, dope.
Alabama, and what's that school called? St. Michael's, St. John's?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the parking lot behind the St. Thomas High School.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's really great and a lot of fun, and you can bring dogs. You couldn't at the old location for some reason, but now you can bring dogs.
Oh, all right.
Probably my favorite thing about the dog situation there is there's this one really curly white dog that has to stay tied up outside of the entrance to the farmer's market because he was banned from the farmer's market for peeing on
No.
people's like produce
Oh,
and
no.
tents. And so his owners still come and just leave him tied up right outside. So come see that sad dog, and I'll write you a poem.
I love it. Connor, what about you? What do you got going on?
Why don't you go first, buddy?
Okay. I've got this weekend. So every Thursday I perform in Futile Society Improv at Secret Group at 8 p.m., $5 all the time. Except for this week, I'll be performing at Discovery Green for the Art Car Parade preview party. And then Friday night, Art Car Ball, I'll just be there. Find me. Saturday, Swimmer Department will be playing the Art Car Parade at a stage that I don't know the name of yet.
Okay.
The entrance of it, I believe. And then Sunday night, we're playing with Gooch Palms over at Donkey Paw Screen Print, and that's going to be a cool show.
Great.
What about you?
All right. For me, next week I will be hosting Grown Up Storytime. That'll be at Rogers on Tuesday at 8 p.m. I got something really fun and kooky planned.
Kooky, you say?
You gotta go out there and pay to cover, and then you can see it. And other than that, you can find me at all the things that Ned's doing. Other than that, I don't really have anything to plug. As always, I'm at CliftoCurrency on Instagram, at Connor Clifton on Twitter. Now, I'm going to try something here. Traci, we wanted to play a song of yours on the radio show, but the name itself is a no-no that we cannot say.
It's one of those bathroom words.
So what I'm going to do for the podcast listeners is I'm just going to say it. I'm going to hit the dump button. So if you're listening live at home, you're not going to be able to hear the name of the song. Sorry. But,
Unless you're listening on Facebook, then you'll be able to hear it.
oh, yeah. So the name of the song that we are about to play is called, hang on, I already got the adverb wrong. Any shitty sedan. Gonna hit this dump button.
Yeah.
All right.
We lose it if we don't use it.
Oh, man, the name of that song is so wild.
My ears feel like bathrooms.
All right, Traci, we got a few minutes. Can you tell me about this song before we start playing it for the podcast listeners?
Yeah, definitely. So it was written, and most of the sounds from it recorded during Hurricane Harvey. I was staying with James Templeton at the time and his daughter, and because I was scared to be like alone during all of the flooding, and So anyway, I recorded the poem there at his house, and separately, James Templeton, who's Lim, and Emily Eyre, we all recorded sounds of frogs and sounds of like rain, and we'd all, without kind of telling each other, had all these recordings, and then I sent them both this kind of song that I created, and they both added on to it, and it kind of turned into this. Like a year later, we were still kind of like adding on to this piece, and then we put it all together. Emily recorded most of the vocals, I think, like at a bus stop in the days after Harvey, which is really cool. They were just standing outside a bus stop, like belting into their phone, which I just love that imagery of just like the, like the flooded city and just Emily just singing at the top of their lungs, So
Now, did James do this song as Lim?
Yeah. So it's like we build it as like Lim, Eyre, Thiebaud. So the three of us.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
Well, Traci, I want to thank you so much for coming onto the show.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to
This was a
have you
blast.
back soon. And I want to thank everyone out there for listening. And this is Any Shitty Sedan by Traci Templeton.
So Thiebaud,
Damn
Eyre,
it.
and Lim. You got it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Any shitty sedan, slowly filling with water.
I like to go outside.
Go outside.
Lingering underneath the bench, trying to fall in love with your own hands, starting at the bottom of the stairs, understanding what it means, an invention on the page, letting your limbs ache, resenting if damned we can get our hair wet. America, age 11, likes the beach, feeling like you let the ride, remembering the foremost pancakes, way she smelled before she quit smoking cigarettes, worrying infection, closing only the left eye, and now you guys don't want
Any shitty
Go
sedan.
outside.
We can get our hair wet and we can put a net over it. And we can see sharks and dolphins in water. And we can see tents. And we can sit down and eat a watermelon.